All right, so 8th graders, this is to help you with question 5 on CR Helper number 5. It says the product of 900 and 200 expressed in scientific notation. Okay, so first of all, product means we're going to multiply. We're going to multiply 900 times 200. There's two ways to go about this. I can either do this straight multiplication, then write it in scientific notation, or I could write them both in scientific notation and then multiply. So I'm going to first just straight multiply to show you. You could do that. 900 times 200. All right, well, we have these two zeros here, and then 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 9 is 18. Now I'm going to take this number right here, 180,000, and I have to write it in scientific notation. So for scientific notation, you're going to have your first factor times 10 to some power. That's what scientific notation looks like. And this factor has to be greater than 1 and less than 10. Greater than 1 and less than 10. So right here, if I look at this number, I just look here at this part and I say, okay, I need to be greater than 1 and less than 10. So that means my first factor has to be 1.8. I'm going to put the decimal point right there. And then times 10 to what power? This is a big, huge numbers. What number? 180,000. So I know it's going to be a positive exponent. So I know if I have a big number instead of a teeny tiny number, if I have a big number, then it's going to be a positive exponent on your 10. And then to determine what that exponent is, well, if I had a decimal point right here, let's say 1.8 and then 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, and I have to get it back to 180,000, I'd have to move that decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. It means my exponent is a 5. So the final answer here would be 1.8 times 10 to the 5th. This is the answer. They left this here because they want to make sure that you don't give them a first factor that's bigger than 10. You can't have that. The first factor in scientific notation has to be between 1 and 10. And so that's how you know the decimal point has to be located right here. Let me just show you another option. 900 times 200. You could have done 900 is the same as 9 times 100, or 9 times 10 to the second, times 200 is the same as 2 times 10 to the second. So then you could have done 9 times 2 is 18 times, keep the base of 10, then you just add those exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. When you're multiplying, you keep the base, you add the exponents. Now here's the issue. This number is not yet in scientific notation. So then we say, oh gosh, I have to put it in scientific notation. So if you have 18, you'd have to move that decimal point 1 to the left. Means I need an extra 1 right here. So that's 1.8 times 10 to the 5th. So I think especially when you're first learning this way might be more difficult. I'd say if they give you numbers in standard form, multiply them out and put the answer back in scientific notation. Because I just think this is a little more advanced for right now. You'll get there. You're just not there yet for some of you. Hope that helped.